Hello Gemini, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a reading for the month of November. Gemini, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do have a deck of oracles here. We are going to throw some tarot at, or we're going to ask some specific questions this month. If you are somebody who has just arrived here and you're cross-watching a Gemini, or you are a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, if you're brand new, welcome. Welcome here. There is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner if you are interested in staying here, hanging out, being in the comments. And if you aren't, thank you so much for your click and your view. I appreciate you. And if you're this person who's always here, my Gemini tribe, thank you so much for being here. Your thumbs up and viewing and liking. I appreciate you. All right, let's find out what's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising in the month of November of 2024. Tell me about Gemini. The energy the card that I'm putting down is the energy that you will be bringing into the month of November with you here, Gemini. Tell me about Gemini, please. We have Act As If. Very interesting. Card number 14. So card number 14 is the number of temperance in the tarot. Act as if. We have the chameleon spirit, which I kind of love because it's telling you to blend in wherever you need to blend in. And I don't think that you're necessarily a person that sticks out, but I feel like it's saying act as if. Try and go with the flow. Be part of the furniture. You know what I mean? So maybe just sit back and let somebody else lead the conversation, or maybe go to that party and maybe, watch people and take in information instead of being the happy one who is always making conversation with everybody and getting everybody to talk to everybody. I feel like it's saying act as if. Just be cool, play it cool, right? Blend in with your surroundings. And it's the best way when people don't know that you're watching them. It's the best way to find out who they are. We do have, oh, look at this. We had this at the bottom of the deck when I did this last reading here for Aquarius. It was also Life is a Mystery, which tells me that you just need to keep your eye on the prize. Card number 8 is about the self. It's about putting the hard work in on you. It's about self-mastery, but it's also just about working really hard, right? It's about the universe sort of looking in on you. The 8 is also the infinity symbol, right? Universe looking in on you while you are trying to get things done in the month of November. Let's talk about tarot. Tell me about Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for November 2024. The first card we're going to put down, Gemini, is what you need to leave behind. What is it that you do not need to bring into November with you? Tell me what Gemini needs to leave behind for the month of November. All right. We have the Hanged Man. So I feel like it's time to get out of the Hanged Man energy. You might have been in this energy trying to find perspective. Maybe some things have been going on. You've been trying to get a different perspective. It feels like you've been going through a lot of changes or transformations here. And it feels like before you make your next move, or before you take your next step into the month of November, I feel like you're trying to get some balance here. It feels like maybe in the past, I would say, between January and October the 31st, that maybe you're in sort of a self-sacrificing energy, sacrificing your own needs for the needs of others. And so I feel like Act As If is sort of here to tell you, look, you don't have to do it all. You don't have to be at the front of the line. You don't have to be the leader. You can just blend in sometimes. It's okay to blend in. I feel like it's time for you to get out of this Hanged Man energy, and that's what you need to leave behind. We're going to go back and clarify all of this. Tell me what your inward focus should be for the month of November here. Boy, these cards are just everywhere. We'll just leave that there. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So your inward focus, I feel, should be your home, your work, your children. It feels like you're very focused on your pentacle world in the month of November. The Queen of Pentacles is, of course, someone who is the Empress in training, right? Every day she's acting as though she already is the Empress. Feminine or masculine, take it as it resonates for you. But we do have the Queen of Pentacles, who's very stable and sturdy. This person's also an overgiver. They're always giving so much to everybody else. I feel like your inward focus is supposed to be on you this month. So instead of giving it to other people out there, I feel like it's time for you to give to the self, or enjoy this time of stability. I think that November is going to be a month of maybe stability in your 3D world, including maybe your work, your finances. It feels like this is the inward focus for you, that you are focusing, literally focusing inward on your pentacle world. What is the external energy, please, for Gemini? What's the external energy? It's how other people are going to see you in the month. What's the external energy? We've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. So the Knight of Wands in the reverse is somebody who's not taking any risks, somebody who's not moving quickly. I'm not making any quick moves. I'm going to sort of think about it a little bit before I move forward, because life is a mystery. And I feel like you're acting as if. So the Knight of Wands tells me that people are going to, this is how people are going to see you in the month of November. They're going to see you as being a little careful, not being very risky. Maybe it's something like, maybe you've been staying home a lot, because we do have the Queen of Pentacles being your energy that you're thinking about inwardly. People will see you as someone who kind of wants to stay home. Maybe you're not going to be going out and being out and about. In the US, of course, it's a month of celebration, right? Because it's leading up to Thanksgiving, which is leading into holiday Christmas for some of you. And so it is, I feel like people are going to see you as moving a little slower, maybe looking over some details, maybe not taking risks, and financial risks for sure. I feel like you're just going to be a little more careful, and people will see you as that. What do you need to reevaluate in the month of November here, Gemini? What do you need to reevaluate, Gemini? We have the Queen of Cups. And so I feel like what you need to reevaluate here is, I want to say that you're a person who, because the Queen of Pentacles has shown up, tells me that you're very giving. In fact, probably an overgiver. The Queen of Cups, when the Queen is on her own, the Queen of Cups for me as a reader is somebody who is at risk of becoming depleted, which is actually the Queen of Cups in the reverse, emotionally depleted. Also somebody who is offering empathy, or is very empathic or psychic in some cases. And this energy is one of the reevaluation is, I feel like you need to keep a cup for yourself. You need to be reminded to keep a cup for yourself, because I feel like I'm speaking to a Gemini who is the person who keeps the home, who gets the groceries, who is like, everything is on you. And I feel like you need to keep your energy within yourself. I feel like instead of sharing, because when people find an empath or someone who can give them psychic energy, they're going to be asking a lot of questions. They're going to be asking you for a lot of answers. And I feel like the reevaluation part of it is, I feel like you're supposed to keep a cup for yourself. No more advice. Don't let people just come by with a straw and suck up all that good energy that you provide for them. I feel like it's time for you to sort of reevaluate who you're giving this emotional energy to, this compassion, loving, kindness, very deep sort of love, empathic, maybe psychic energy. All right, act as if. Tell me what this means here. Got card number 14. I feel like things are going to be coming into balance, and I feel like you need to take a step back, or maybe just sit and watch everyone else do the things rather than you stepping out front as the leader and doing all of the things. Tell me about Gemini, please. Why are they acting as if? We do have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you need to stay behind your boundaries here. Stay behind your boundaries, but ever vigilant, I want to say, because the Seven of Wands is also standing up for yourself. But it feels like, I feel like you are, this is something that you're doing that is very much a change for you, that you're sort of maybe taking the back seat instead of the shotgun. Maybe you've decided that it's time for you to stay behind the boundaries and keep your balance whilst you kind of just watch everyone else. So it almost does feel like you are blending into the scenery here and just enjoying watching everyone else around you in a group of people, in a family, whatever it is. I feel like you're becoming really acutely aware of your surroundings. We do have the Eight of Pentacles, and I think that's something that you've been working on, is maybe not giving as much of your energy to people as they request of you, because I feel like you are also someone who's an overgiver. Gemini, I feel like this is your energy here. You're someone who's an overgiver of compassion and love, of your resources, your pentacle world. I feel like you give too much at work, too much at home. I feels like the Eight of Pentacles is telling me act as if, and so I feel like it's when the job is over, go home. Stop putting in the overtime. when the evening time comes, it's time to sit down and enjoy your surroundings instead of working through the evening. Whether that means you're working around the house or working on your job or your business, we've got the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's time to go back to the beginning and learn that the Eight of Pentacles is sort of a balanced and even energy if you'll allow it to be. The Eight of Pentacles is being practical with your time, right? Being practical and spending more time on you than you spend with other people. The Eight of Pentacles is also about self-mastery. So you're working on something that you're trying to perfect, whether that's you or something that you do at work. Take it as it resonates for you. Maybe it's volunteerism or friendships that you're working on. But I think that the Page of Swords is telling me to be the student instead of the teacher. And I feel like the acting as if was already saying that. It's like, allow other people to step up so you don't have to. And the only reason I feel that other people may not step up is because you're the one that always gets the room moving, right? You're the chitter-chattery one, right? You're introducing everybody to everybody, making sure everybody has fun. I think it's time that you need to just focus on you inwardly and let everybody else figure it out. But I feel like you are sort of going back to the drawing board, I want to say, with the Page of Swords. It tells me that you're realizing that you need to spend more time on you, more time on what you love, more time on whatever it is that you're trying to perfect here. And the Seven of Wands tells me that you're not gonna worry about what people say about that. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna stay behind my boundaries. What you are leaving in the past is the Hanged Man, Gemini. Why is that? We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Magician, and we've got the Three of Cups. So I feel like you are getting out of this Hanged Man energy. The Magician and the Ace of Cups tells me that it's time for you to be a little more social, and I think that's what you're going to do. The Ace of Wands tells me that there's a lot of fun, exciting, creative things coming up for you in the month of November once you decide to get out of this Hanged Man energy. Now, that being said, not all of you are ready to get out of this Hanged Man energy. Maybe you feel like you still need a perspective about what's been going on socially. Maybe you're not ready to get yourself back into the dating pool or back into the social, parties and all of that stuff. Maybe you're going to move into that slowly. But it does feel like you have all the tools that you need in order to be able to get yourself out of the tree. I'm going to say that this is going to be a big change for you, because I feel like somebody here spent the month of October possibly in this Hanged Man energy, sort of watching things from a distance and getting different perspectives on different things. But I feel like when you do get out of the tree finally, I feel like when you do get out of this Hanged Man energy and stop sacrificing the self, because I feel like somebody here is doing that. It's like you're staying home by yourself, and I don't think it's a bad thing. But I feel like somebody here is deciding, you know what, I think I've done that long enough now. It's time to find a new path. It's time to use the tools that I have, the social tools that I have. The Three of Cups is here, right? And so that's reunion with friends, with family, doing things that are fun and social. And so I feel like it's time for you to get out of this Hanged Man energy where you've been being self-sacrificing. The month of November, I feel you're going to be a lot more social. Of course, it is a holiday season, right, in the U.S., right? November begins the holiday season for you guys. Your inward focus. Tell me about the inward focus, Queen of Pentacles. We do have the Five of Swords in the reverse. I kind of like that. We have the Page of Cups and the King of Wands. Look, I feel like you're going to be open to being a whole lot more flexible with your time and what you want to do with it. I feel like you're going to be okay to tell people no if you don't want to do it, and be all right with not having to give an excuse. A lot of people will do that. They'll say no and then go on 40 reasons why they can't be doing the thing that's been requested of them. But I feel like with the Five of Swords in the reverse, it's like, I feel like you're willing to sort of let things go. I feel like you're just not giving people explanations anymore, and I don't think you should have to. I think that you're choosing peace over confrontation, and the Page of Cups tells me that you're open to all of it. That the intuitive energy, it feels like the Page of Cups is like giving me open hands. It's like I'm open to it now. I'm open to moving a little slower. I'm open to listening to you. I'm open to possibly being a little more flexible in the way that I think, in the way that I move. The Queen of Pentacles tells me that I feel like the time that you spend by yourself is going to be essential over the month of November, because I feel like the King of Wands in the reverse is telling me I got to slow down. I got to slow down and be more open to being flexible in the mind. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I create some sort of stable, sturdy, dependable kind of energy for myself through the Eight of Pentacles. Tell me about the Knight of Wands in the reverse as the external energy. See, because all of that, people are going to see you as someone who's not quick to say something, who's not quick to give an advice, who's not quick to solve a problem. I feel like they're seeing you as somebody who is like just a little more comfortable within yourself, slowing down, not moving as quickly, not taking as many risks. We've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the Justice card. This is all about balance, right? Justice is that. It's balance. The Six of Pentacles is balance. The scales are here, right? And the Queen of Swords is Libra. That is more balance. And we've got Libra here as well. So I feel like this is a really good energy. It feels like people are going to see you as someone who is really kind and giving, possibly an overgiver, but it's going to cause, because of this calming sort of energy that you're bringing to the group or to people that you're speaking with, they see you as somebody they can trust, because you're someone who speaks the truth and you don't really care whether they can stomach the truth or not. You're just going to say what you've got to say. And I feel like you are surrounding yourself with people who are going to give that same energy back to you. You're going to get reciprocal energy in the way that you give it. And I feel like the way that you give it is going to be very honest and truthful and slowly and assertively. It feels like you are liberating yourself from being the Knight of Wands, where you were sort of all over the place, scrambled. I got to go here, got to go there, got to be here, got to leave there early so I can get there late. Like, it feels like there's a whole lot more balance that's coming into your life, maybe even some karmic balance. And I feel like you're going to be justified in giving the Justice here and the Six of Pentacles tells me that you're going to feel justified because other people are going to be giving that same thing back to you. What you need to reevaluate is the Queen of Cups. Why is that? Tell me why you're reevaluating the Queen of Cups. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Five of Cups. And we've got the Hierophant. So the reevaluation, I feel, takes place in your emotions. It feels like you are becoming far more grounded in your depth of emotion. And that I feel like you've realized that whatever it is that you lost back there, because I feel like with the Five of Cups, there is some sadness or a feeling of loss, feeling of regret of maybe things I didn't participate in, or maybe I didn't take that opportunity when it showed up. I feel like the Hierophant is telling me that you've learned this lesson. The lesson has been learned. And the lesson is that when you are in this Queen of Cups energy, when you are kind and loving and overgiving, that there are people who are going to try and take advantage of that. I feel like the Five of Cups is telling me that you feel like you missed an opportunity to get more stability or be very sturdy with your emotions. I don't think that you have, because you're showing up as the Queen of Cups here. The Ace of Pentacles with the Five of Cups looking at it is like somebody's in regret that they missed an opportunity to plant a pentacle that would give me a little more stability in life. I feel like the Hierophant is telling me that you're learning this lesson. So the reevaluation comes within you, the way that you share your emotion, your love, your empathy, and your psychic energy with people. I feel like it's not up to you to make sure everybody is stable, to make sure everybody has, you don't have to invest in every single relationship that shows up. I feel like the Hierophant is telling me that you're listening to the higher self and that you're about to make decisions based on the depth of what you know, your intuition, your psychic intuition energy. And I feel like what you need to reevaluate is feeling bad about that with the Five of Cups. I feel like you're about to be a whole lot more stable in your emotions in the month of November. And I think that's kind of lovely. We do have the World card. The World card tells me that you are finishing some sort of a cycle or a chapter here. It feels like things are coming to a place where you're closing the door on who you used to be and you're opening the door on something brand new. We have a new moon on the 1st of November, a new moon in Scorpio. And so it's a perfect time, right? It's a perfect time, new month, new you, who dis? And it feels like you are, Scorpio energy is very protective and very kind and very solid and strategic, and we're moving slow. And so I feel like that is sort of what I'm feeling in this energy. It's like I'm feeling the Scorpio sort of effect here, that you're closing the door on moving too quickly. It's time to slow down and move a little slower here. We've got the Four of Swords. It's because of some sort of healing that you've been doing here. The Death card, something definitely has changed, and what it is the Nine of Wands. You're no longer the wounded warrior. You're no longer exhausted, because you're no longer going to be running to the defense of everybody. I feel like you're focused on you, which is really lovely. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to be back because I'm always back, but I love you guys, and I'll be then. See you then. Bye-bye.